So as you can see, the slide today is overcoming stress during COVID, and I am your lovely host. I am Jessica Ayala. I'm one of the clinicians at the Center for Work and Family Life. So, yay! We got some love if you're from the center, CWFL. Yes, we try. So I'm hoping that everybody can see this. This is stress, as you can see. So I pulled from here from Psychology Help Center because usually when people are stressed out, they just go to a basic website, and this is what pops out. So stress is often described as feeling of being overwhelmed, worried, run down. Stress can affect people of all ages, genders, circumstances, there's one, and can lead to both physical and psychological health issues. Emotional experience accompanied by predictable biochemical, physiological, and behavioral changes, meaning, in just layman terms, stress is uncomfortable. So if you're calm in this moment, then you're in the wrong Thriving Thursday. So raise your hand, just do like a little clap here if this is you, because we are all in this. So what they're saying too is if you were doing this prior to pandemic, guess what? You brought all these little friends with you. So that's why we're feeling even more overwhelmed, feeling more overwhelmed and stress and all these other different types of things that are going on. So again, I just pulled this because it's general, information where people populate, and this is the most popular one, but WebMD page says low energy. Who here has low energy? I do. Who here is getting headaches? Upset stomach? Hey, that's me too. Frequent colds and infections? Oh, gee. Allergies, inflammation. What about insomnia? This one here, not sleeping. The other things too are like, the mounting emotional symptoms of mounting stress, difficulty in concentrating, racing thoughts, trouble learning information, forgetfulness, disorganization. Who here has that one? Transitioning, working to home? I know I have. Crying spells or suicidal thoughts, feelings of loneliness and worthlessness, little interest in appearance, being on time, nervous habits like fidgeting. Hence, I have my little stress ball. Okay. So this is basically, we all are feeling this, and we are all just, it's amplified. But you know what? It's okay, because we're human beings. So guess what? We can trigger this by wonderful, beautiful thoughts or fearful thoughts. So a belief is only a thought I keep on thinking. Just like Santa Claus, tell your kids, if you guys have kids, you better behave. If you don't behave, you're not getting anything under the Christmas tree. You're gonna get a lump of coal, for those of you who celebrate Christmas. So this, it's interesting. This is going around a lot. Fear, the third one. So thought is just mental energy. Thought versus a belief. So a thought is if you have a habitual, think of it, everything. So if you feel like I'm beautiful and wonderful, you're gonna feel beautiful and wonderful. But if you say I'm fat and ugly, or I'm gonna die or get hit by a car, guess what? You're just reinforcing the thought. And when you do that, you trigger the fight or flight response. And the brain doesn't know the difference between, a thought versus something that's actually happening to you. So here's the thing. This is your brain. You have a brain here. You also have a brain here. Yes? This part of the brain is called your prefrontal cortex. And then inside, you open up your hand, inside, got this area, it's called the amygdala. So let's just say you're walking, going out in the afternoon, enjoying a beautiful day, and you're walking and you're just enjoying being outside. So it's nice. And this dog just comes from nowhere, off a leash, and comes at you. When we feel threatened, unsafe, the amygdala is going to get triggered saying, holy crap, oh my gosh, what is that dog coming from? I didn't see him, right? Because again, stress doesn't know the difference, right? So this part of the brain just goes off, disconnects from The back of the brain, your blood supply goes to your arms and legs. Why? Because you have to run or fight. Get a weapon, hit the dog, and then get out of the way. In some cases, you might have heard freeze, where you're just so like, what is going on? So what happens is when the blood supply goes from your brain to arms and legs, here and here is non-essential. So no blood supply is going here. So when you're running, you need the heart rate up. You need the blood pressure. The lungs are expanding. It's not worrying about digesting your food. It's like, it's danger. It's fearful. You got to just tail it out of here. The thing is, some people are running on their fight or flight response. That is their measurement. That is their baseline. So what is going on? They're not shutting it off. So they get up in the morning feeling that way. They get up and they start their day and they're already anxious. And then they wonder why they can't sleep, they can't concentrate, and all these other things. So the coolest thing is that we all go through this. We all have the fight or flight response. However, what we need to realize is we have to shut it off, because that's how we get sick. So that's really important. I can't stress that enough. So that's why mindfulness is really good. And that's where, if you look at my third bullet point, good self-care and exercise is so important, because when we exercise, guess what? We breathe. So when we breathe, we increase the amount of oxygen to our brain. Physiologically, that happens. I've talked to many people, and that's the first thing I ask. I say, what do you do for exercise? Oh, I run, or I dance around the house. It's exercise, breathing. It's funny because you don't have, most people that I've spoke to, when they're in that zone of exercise and they're breathing, that's all they're thinking about. And they're in that, just that present mind, what they're doing. And that's the mindfulness component. So the first thing is to understand that when you're feeling anxious, again, this part of the brain is disconnect from the back of the brain. So your executive functioning is the same thing as your executive assistant that you may have at the office. They organize, they plan. The other thing is emotionality. When that amygdala gets triggered, you're not going to be calm and nice and sweet and lovely. You're going to be yelling. And just from what we've seen in the media, people are yelling, people are screaming, they are not calm. And so what happens is we don't problem solve. It's just impulse, yelling. And then we get so tired because it is physically draining. So I have to tell you, I've never been in a pandemic, have you? I've never done this. So what I did in trying to get this talk together is all the things that I've used this stuff myself, and I just kind of plug and play what resonates with me. So again, that's what you have to do for you. You got to find something and you'll feel it because it will drop. And I'll show you a little technique after. So again, self-compassion, be nice to yourself. No one's ever done this. Raise your hand here if you've been through a pandemic and tell me what you did, because I want to know, and please, we can share, okay? Get social support. Hello, we have social support right here, and you need to talk about it. Again, just, it's uncomfortable, which is normal. So it's normal to feel uncomfortable, and it's really normal to acknowledge it. You don't need to be a hero. You don't need to suck it up, because you know what? Your body's going to pay for it. And then practice gratitude. I cannot tell you how grateful I am for the roof over my head. My coworkers from my team, they're amazing. And I'm just so grateful. We have these huddles every morning, so I'm grateful for my huddles. So that's working from home. You know, be kind to myself. I revise my expectations. Revise your expectations. This is not a common thing, being in a pandemic and sheltering home. This is not something we do all the time. Keeping a routine helps you work from home. Get up, shower. I gave a treat for you guys. I actually did my hair. Normally I have a bun, but you know, it was anticipation, which is good. So I got ready. Set boundaries and take breaks. Walking is really good. Being with your family, being kind and flexible, and giving yourself permission to do so. So as I said a little while ago, I was going to teach you a little technique. So if you want to play along, it'd be super cool. So show of hands who wants to play along. It's super cool. Can I get a What? Okay. So I specialize in EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, otherwise known for tapping, and it's under energy psychology. And yes, it is a thing. So tapping works by sending calming signals to the brain. So we tap at the meridian points, just like in acupuncture. So today we're going to do the tapping points, and I'm going to show you. And then we always start with 3 opening statements. So the beauty of tapping is you can say it quietly to yourself. So if you're going to say, like, you have the worry about the stress and the pandemic, you could just say, even though, and then just hum it. So we can't hear it, or if you want to say it, you can. That's fine. So we start here at the karate chop. And then from there, we're going to go to the eyebrow, and it's the pad of the finger. So just be nice to yourself. Then I'm going to say side of the eye. There's an orbital ridge here. So we're going to tap here. We're going to tap from there under the eye. Yeah? Are we following? Yes. Good. Under the nose. Follow along with me. Here on the chin. Collarbone, just right here. Okay? So does everybody understand? If there's any questions, send me a chat. Okay? I'm watching. So I'm watching everybody. All right. Who's ready to tap? Who's ready to calm down the nervous system? Who is ready to increase your immunity? I am. Okay, so we're going to do a nice calming. Okay. Okay, so what you want to do, we're going to sit nice and centered in your chair. You want to have your feet firmly on the ground. And we're going to start with 3 calming breaths. Okay, so here we go. And inhale from your belly. Hold it. Release it. Let it go. Blow it out. Pause for 5. Ready for our deep breath. Deep breath in. Hold the breath for 5. Hold the breath for 4. Hold the breath for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Pause. One last time, so make it a good one, okay? Inhale, 5. Hold it. Let it go, release it. Feeling calm and center. We're gonna start here, or you can do this. So I'm gonna do this just to demonstrate. This is the karate chop. So you're gonna say, repeat after me or silently to yourself. Even though I have all this stress and anxiety, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. We're gonna say 2 more statements. Even though all this stress of this pandemic and all that's going on, I give myself permission to relax and feel safe. Last one. Even though everything is so uncertain right now, and I'm carrying all this tension in my body, I completely and deeply love and accept myself. Okay, guys, we're gonna go brow. Feeling unsafe. I'm so scared. Now we're gonna give it a voice, okay? Side of the eye. What are we gonna do? There is so much uncertainty. Under the eye, it's gonna feel uncomfortable. We're getting into the, it's under the eye, right here, under the orbital ridge. This fear of not knowing what's gonna happen. Take a deep breath. Under the nose. I'm so scared. I don't know all the answers. I am so scared. I don't know all the answers. Collarbone. Even though I have all this stress in my body, I choose to relax and feel safe. Because I know eventually things will improve. And I know that it is temporary. Take a deep breath. You'll feel like a dry release in your mouth, and you'll feel tingling in your body. That's okay. Just note it. You're safe. So then we're going to go under the arm, which is right by your bra straps for women. I know everything's going to be okay. Under the arm. I know everything's going to be okay. Today, top of the head, today is a new day. Today is a new day. And right now, we're just calming the nervous system and bringing it down. One more time to the center. Everything is where it needs to be. Side of the eye. In this moment, I feel safe and relaxed. Under the eye. This moment, I choose to take control. Under the nose, this day is the best day at this moment. And I'm right where I need to be. I'm no further ahead or further behind. Chin. I am thankful for my body and my mind and my supports. Collarbone. At this moment, I thank my body, for without my body, I would not be here. And I give honor and grace to my body. You could stop tapping. We're going to take a deep breath. Raise those shoulders, drop it. Shh. And just take a moment. Just sit there for a little bit. Be kind. Honor yourself. This is your time. This is going to be the best 15 minutes for your day, for your next half of the day. So I'm just going to give you a little moment to just marinate in what you created. And slowly come back to the room. You can wiggle your toes and your fingers. Does anyone have any questions? Congratulations, you just did your first tapping. Yay! Any questions? All right. So just to remind all of you, this is the Center for Work and Family Life. We work Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5. Our number is 213-821-0800. And then we have an after hours line, which is the 213-590-8045. Thank you so much for being kind to yourself and giving yourself a little love and self-care. Our team over at the CWFL is fabulous, and we love our job. We are very passionate with what we do. So please come. We're here, and you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.
Thank you.